Hello dear students. Today we are going to start class 10 economics chapter 4 globalization and the Indian economy part 2. Students, in this part we will cover introduction, interlinking production across countries. Interlinking production across countries. Students, before starting today's content, let us recall the contents we discussed in previous part. Students, in previous part we have seen first of all the definition of globalization. That globalization is the process of rapid integration or interconnection between countries for different purposes, that is for goods, services, cultural exchange, etc. Students, there we have also seen that globalization as the integration between countries through foreign trade and foreign investments by multinational corporations, that is MNCs. Students, MNCs, we have seen that a multinational company is a company that owns or controls production in more than one nation. Students, why MNCs are doing this? MNCs set up offices and factories for production in regions where they can get cheap labor and other resources. This is done so that the cost of production is low and the MNCs can earn greater profits. That is the main motive of the MNCs. Students, because of globalization, now in today's market we are getting wide range of choices of goods. Now, in a matter of years, our market have been transformed. Now, in our market, we started getting different brands of products, different varieties of different products we are getting nowadays because of globalization. Students, as we have seen, multinational companies or multinational corporations, they set up offices and factories for production in regions where they can get cheap labor and other resources. This is done so that the cost of production is low and the MNCs can earn greater profits. For that, we have seen one example also, that a large MNC producing industrial equipment designs its products in research centers in the United States and then has the components manufactured in China. These are then shipped to Mexico and Eastern Europe, where the products are assembled and the finished products are sold all over the world. Meanwhile, the company's customer care is carried out through call centers located in India. Students, in this example, we have seen that MNCs not only selling their finished products globally, but more important, the goods and services are produced globally. Students, earlier we have seen that only raw materials, foodstuffs and finished products were taken to different countries and merchants were selling those. But nowadays the companies not only they are selling their products globally, they are producing goods and services globally. Now they can do direct investment in the country wherever they are getting cheap laborers, and raw materials and favorable conditions for the production. Nowadays, production is organized in increasingly complex way. As we have seen, in one country research is taking place, another country its parts are made, it is manufactured, another place assembling and marketing is taking place. That is because of closeness to the market. So different countries are used for the production. Then also we have seen that in India customer care centers are there. Students, today we are going to start the content that is interlinking production across countries. Students, in general, MNCs set up production where it is close to the markets, where there is skilled and unskilled labor available at low costs, and where the availability of other factors of production is assured. In addition, MNCs might look for government policies that look after their interests. You will read more about the policies later in this chapter. Once we will recall, usually MNCs want to minimize their costs and thus set up production centers in countries where the factors of production like raw materials, skilled labor, etc. are assured at cheap rates. They also look for government policies that look after their interest. Students, MNCs, they are doing investments, they are doing trade. Generally, they focus on few factors. Those are very important for the production. They want to get the region where they can get skilled and unskilled labor available at low cost. Cheap laborers they want to get, those they can do work for them at cheap wages, and where the availability of other factors of production is assured, like availability of raw material, closeness to market, banking facilities, the government policies, power supply, infrastructure. Many factors they focused on before the production. And wherever they are getting all these at cheap rate, they want to do investment in that country. Investment and foreign investment. Students, having assured themselves of these conditions, MNCs set up factories and offices for production. The money that is spent to buy assets such as land, building, machines, and other equipment is called investment. It is an investment made by a company or entity based in one country, usually on MNC, into a company or entity based in another country. Student, entity here is a person or maybe an organization here. MNCs set up the production units through investments in the concerned country, either by setting up factories or offices in the foreign country. The money that is spent to buy assets such as land, building, machines, and other equipment is called investment, and any investment made by MNCs is called foreign direct investment. and investment is made with the hope to earn profits. Students, MNCs set up factories and offices for production. Whatever the money they spend on these factories, or they want to buy assets such as land, building, machines, and other equipments, for that they spent money, that is called investment. Investment made by MNCs is called foreign investment. As the money that is spent to buy assets such as land, building, machines, and other equipment is called investment. But if this investment is made by MNCs, that is called foreign investment. Or we can say foreign direct investment. Ways or modes of interlinking production across countries. Students, at times MNCs set up production jointly with some of the local companies. MNCs are spreading their production and interacting with local producers in various countries across the globe by setting up partnership with local companies, by using local companies for supplies, by competing with local companies, or by buying them up. Due to their strong influence, production of MNCs is widely dispersed, locations is getting interlinked. Some modes that interlink production across countries are given below, that we will discuss next. Students, MNCs are doing production in different ways. Sometimes they do production in partnership with local companies, sometimes by using local companies for supplies, sometimes by competing with local companies or buying them up. Due to their strong influence, productions of MNCs in widely dispersed location is getting interlinked. Students, as they are not doing production in the same country, they are using different countries. As we have seen, nowadays production is organized in increasingly complex ways. Students, first of all, we will see the way of production across countries. In that, first of all, we discuss by entering into partnership or joint ventures. Students, sometimes MNCs join hands with local companies and produce jointly. This way, local company can get twofold production. First, MNCs can provide money for additional investments like buying new machines for fastest production. Second, MNCs might bring latest technology with them for production. Students, MNCs are joining hands of local companies, that is to get profit. Here, MNCs are giving boost up to local companies. They are providing them latest technology, financial support. Students, one of the examples we will see of joint venture, that is a joint venture between Indian corporate giant Tata Sons and Singapore Airlines, that is SIA. Jointly it is called Vistara. Vistara is an excellent example of foreign from That is a joint venture, good example of a joint venture. While Tata Sons hold 51% stake, SIA controls the rest 49% in the carrier. So in this way, in different countries, MNCs are doing joint ventures. As we have seen that in Vistara, the Indian company, that is Tata Sons, and Singapore Airlines, they do the joint venture. In that we have seen 51% stake Tata Sons holds, and 49% that is held by SIA in the carrier airlines. Now the next way which is used by MNCs to do production across countries, that is by buying up local companies. Students, MNCs, they buy up local companies and then expand production. It is a most common route for MNCs investment. MNCs with huge wealth can quite easily do so. In fact, many of the top MNCs have wealth exceeding the entire budgets of the developing country's government. This way they have much power and influence. An example of merger of local company by an MNC is Cargill Foods. It is a very large American MNC which bought Parak Foods after starting a joint venture with it, an Indian company which had 4 edible oil refining units and a large marketing network in all over India. Students, Cargill is now the largest producer of edible oil in India. It has businesses in refined oil, food ingredients, grain and oilseeds, cotton, animal nutrition, industrial specialties, and trade structured finance. Cargill markets leading consumer brands of edible oils such as Nature Fresh, Gemini, Swikar, Leonardo olive oil, Rath, and Sunflower brand of hydrogenated fats. Cargill is now the largest producer of edible oil in India with a capacity to make 5 million pouches daily. So we have seen that MNCs, they buy up the local companies and then increase the production. It is the most common route adopted by MNCs is to buy local companies and expand production. A wealthier MNC can easily do so. In fact, many of the top MNCs have wealth exceeding the entire budgets of the developing country's government. Students, in fact, many of the top MNCs have wealth exceeding as we have seen the entire budget of the developing countries government. With such enormous wealth, imagine the power and influence of the MNCs. They are wealthy and their influence is very much in the international market. Now students, as we have seen that The most common route for MNCs investment is to buy up local companies and then expand the production. MNCs with huge wealth can do so quite easily. Now, there is another way in which MNCs control production, that is by giving orders or contracts to local companies. Students, large MNCs in developed countries place orders for production with small producers. Garments, footwear, sports items are examples of industries where production is carried out by a large number of small producers around the world. So, this is another method in which MNCs can do production across countries. In this, they place orders around the world with a large number of small producers of items, for example, garments, footwear, sports items, etc. Then the MNCs sell these products under its brand name. The MNCs determines the price, quality, delivery, and labor conditions for these distant producers. Now they place orders to the small companies. Those are the small manufacturing companies. They take the orders from these MNCs. They do the manufacturing of the products as the orders are placed by the MNCs. These products are sold under the name of the company, that is MNCs. They are doing so, that is for cost saving. Manufacturing cost is less in the developing countries. That is to save the cost, they are doing so. They are placing orders to the small producers. As in picture we can see here, women at home in Ludhiana making footballs for large MNCs. On the price, quality, delivery, all these are under the control of MNCs. So it is another way in that the MNCs are doing production across countries, because they want to do less investment on this manufacturing, and in developing countries they are getting cheap laborers. That's why they are placing their orders in developing countries mostly, that is to save the cost of manufacturing. Students, here we have seen that there are variety of ways in which the MNCs are spreading production and interacting with local producers in various countries across the globe by setting up partnerships with local companies, by buying the local companies for supplies, by closely competing with the local companies or buying them up. So these issues we discussed. MNCs are exerting a strong influence on production at these distant locations. As a result, production in these widely dispersed locations is getting interlinked. As they are getting profit, that's why they are doing production in different countries in their favorable conditions. Students, Ford Motors, an American company, is one of the world's largest automobile manufacturers with production spread over 26 countries of the world. So Ford Motors is also one of the MNCs that is having its branch in India also. So they are doing so, that is to do the cost saving and they want to make more profit. So here we have seen three main modes in that the MNCs are doing production across countries. One method we have seen, that is the partnership with local companies. Next is by using the local companies for supplies, by closely competing with the local companies or buying them up. So in this way, the MNCs are doing production. In the last, test your progress. Students, some questions are given here. Try to answer this. The questions are: how are MNCs able to gain greater profits? Which regions are favorable for MNCs to set up production? What do you understand by the term investment? How are MNCs interacting with local companies in spreading their production? So students, try to answer these questions, that is to check your understanding, and once you should go through your NCERT book. Thank you.